We want to welcome everybody out to District 93 Advanced Opportunities Night. We'll go ahead and get started here. This slide just kind of represents all the different colleges that we work with across the district. And we'll kind of talk about how this all comes together and puts us together. We have college and career advisors here tonight. We have early college program reps here tonight, counselors, admin, that will be available to answer questions after we are done with the presentation, and we'll ask some questions at the very end to go through that process. So without further ado, my name is Corey Telford. I'm the principal at Bonneville Online High School, practicing Mastery Academy, and I also have another duty called Advanced Opportunities for the district. So I'll just kind of go through some of the things that we've been able to accomplish over the time that I've been in the district and have been working with Advanced Opportunities and the Fast Forward program and kind of a general outline. Doug McLaren was going to do the introduction, but I'll start out with some data here and we'll go from there. But as you can see, we've had COVID. We had a little bit of backtrack in the number of credits issued, but last year we were able to go over just 17,000 credits. Now that's the number of credits that are tracked through Advanced Opportunities. We have lots of students that are out of money, and Advanced Opportunities only tracks the ones that use Advanced Opportunities monies to pay for it. So for those students that are out of money, that number would be significantly higher for those kids that are working towards it. Number of AP exams has always been right around between 550 and 600. So number of CT exams has increased. We've added some additional opportunities for students to earn certifications while they are in family and consumer science programs, as well as additional certifications in some of the technical high school courses. Total number of students last year we had just over 3,000 students, which is half of all the secondary students in Bonneville School District. So it's pretty amazing that kids are wanting to take advantage of these opportunities, and we like to see lots of middle school kids embracing those opportunities, as well as high school students embracing those opportunities and going forward. Last year we had 40 students that earned their associate degree. One student that earned their GEM certificate. I believe this year we're on track to have 60 students earn their associate degree, and some of the great opportunities that way. So with that being said, Mr. Owen.
My name is Levi Owen. I'm the principal at Bonneville High School, and I hate being stuck behind a podium, Corey, so thanks for setting it up this way. But it's all good. If you know anything about education, we love acronyms. So there's a lot of things that you're going to hear, DC, AP, concurrent enrollment, a whole bunch of things. So hopefully we can talk a little bit about dispelling some of the questions that you have about the different programs and what they actually mean. So the first one is looking at AP classes, advanced placement classes. These are high school courses that students take that they can then take a test at the culmination of the course, and depending on how they score on that particular test determines if and how much college credit they would receive for those classes. Some of the advantages that you see from AP classes, they look really good on transcripts. Colleges are looking for kids that have pushed themselves in these advanced opportunities, and AP is one of those areas. They can earn those college credits depending on how well they score on those tests. They are geared to a higher level as far as rigor and expectation, and so they can help prepare kids for college and the rigor and experiences that they'll face there. They do have a greater weight in your student's overall GPA. Instead of being on a standard 4.0 scale, AP classes are on a 5.0 scale. And so that can help as your students are working to earn money for scholarships and other things that way that can help them out in their GPA. Depending on how they do on those AP tests, it will often allow them to skip many of the introductory classes once they get to college, the same way that earning college credit would, and give them the confidence that they would need to be successful Maybe one of the main advantages of AP over some of the other things that we'll talk about tonight is really the cost benefit. The tests are relatively inexpensive for students to take, $97 per exam, and oftentimes students can earn multiple credits with just that single test. When we look at AP offerings throughout the district, I won't read through that, I think you can all see that, but there's a variety of options and a variety of different disciplines to meet all student needs. And so as you start planning out how your students want to traverse their high school careers and set them up for what they want to do later on when they get to college and so forth, AP is one of those things to look at and find out where those types of classes are offered as they work through their high school career. The next thing that we'll talk about is dual credit classes. So these are high school classes where students also register directly with colleges to earn college credit. So they're earning both their high school credit and college credit at the same time. This gives them firsthand experience with what college classes look like, how they're structured, the expectations and rigor, and students can start having those experiences early on in their high school career as they build towards becoming college ready. Obviously, because it's a college course, as they successfully complete those courses, they are amassing college credits. AP classes are similar. The difference would be in a dual credit class, as long as I pass the class, I get credit, where AP, it really is contingent upon how they score on the test afterwards. So they could do very well as far as grades go in the class with AP and then not do so well on the test and not earn college credit, where dual credit classes, as long as they pass the class, then they're going to get that credit. In the dual credit classes, this is where we see students that start working towards things like their associate's degree in high school, their GEM certificate, and those types of things, because the credit's awarded at the completion of the class versus at the end of, usually at the end of the year test with AP. It can allow students to take a wider variety of classes. I showed the AP list. We'll talk about the dual credit list here in a little bit, but there's a lot more dual credit classes available than what we see with just strictly AP. And so that can be an advantage for students. The credits are at a bit of a reduced cost generally. As it states here, about $75 per credit, where the AP class was $95 per test. That may result in multiple credits. DC classes, just like AP, are also weighted higher, so they do have a higher impact on a student's GPA positively based on how they score in those classes. Because they are college classes, the classroom environment is generally a little bit different than we might see in a normal high school class. And again, the whole purpose, I think, for us in offering these opportunities to our students is it starts to build confidence within them that they can be successful post-high school. So this is nowhere near an exhaustive list of dual credit classes, but every year we're working to add additional classes. So those of you that have seen this presentation in years previous, here's just a couple more classes that we're going to be able to offer this coming year in the sciences, in mathematics, computer science, and then foreign languages. So it's an exciting time to be part of the Bonneville Joint School District and be a student at our high schools. There's a couple of classes that we're still waiting to add as far as dual credit goes, including just some introductory classes, so that students that may not feel quite confident yet in jumping into a content-specific dual credit class, they can start looking at taking some of the introductory classes, advising classes that will help them sort of acclimate to what college might be like, how to manage coursework and homework loads and those types of things. And then we're still looking to have approval for some of our dual credit music and other academic success classes. So again, there's a lot of definitions to understand when we start talking about advanced opportunities, and I wanted to highlight a couple of those here for you. When we look at just the different terms, we do share a lot of students between our high schools in the district. For example, students at Bonneville High School may be taking some classes at Bonneville Online High School, or even Thunder Ridge High School or Hillcrest High School, and we would consider those students dual enrolled. So when you hear dual enrolled, we're talking about high school level classes that students are taking at another high school within the district, versus dual credit, which means that those students are enrolling in a class at their high school and also generally with a university or college to receive college requirements. As you begin looking at your schedules, we start this early. Many of you may still be in late elementary school or middle school, because there are some challenges as you start to plan your path forward as far as being able to get all the classes you want to take, as well as take advantage of all of the extracurricular activities that may be available. And so as you start working with your counselors and administrators at the middle school level into our college and career advisors at the high school level, it's important that you start looking early at what your end goals are, whether that's just some exposure to dual credit classes, whether that's to receive a GEM certificate or an associate's degree, because it does require a little bit of wherewithal as you build your schedule each year to make it happen. But there's plenty of opportunities and ways that can happen, and plans that we can put in place. One of the things to really, and why we highlight the dual enrolled piece, is oftentimes in order for students to achieve their goal of an associate's degree, for example, it does mean that they are going to have to take classes that may not be offered at their home school. And so just becoming well versed at the offerings at all the schools across the district, as well as the colleges, because we do have opportunity for students to take classes directly from college and university. I think I've kind of covered this slide. I should have looked a little more. I just get talking, I don't even pay attention. But it really is. We do have a lot of great partners, and you'll notice they're out here. They have tables. I'd encourage you to become familiar with our college partners and the representatives there, because they can provide a lot of information about different tracks. There's some pathways that within the structure of our school district, we have most of the classes and situations required for students to earn their degrees that they are pursuing, but sometimes we just aren't able to offer something in the direction that kids want to go. And so that's really where our university and college partners come into play, that we build a schedule such that when your student becomes juniors and seniors in high school, that they're actually taking those classes directly from the colleges instead of at the high school. In addition to the things we've talked about, we're also looking at a variety of medical tracks that we're trying to develop that will allow students to receive certifications that they can start working really immediately with those certifications and help pay their way through their advanced degrees at college. And some of those medical pathways we're looking at includes pharmacy technician, medical assisting, central processing, CNA, EMT, and pre-nursing. And so if you have a desire to look at those careers, I would definitely get in with your college and career advisors, counselors, or administrators to figure out those pathways. With that, I'm going to turn the mic over to Mr. Lyndon Oswald to talk a little bit about our Technical Careers High School.
Welcome. It's good to see you all here, and I should have brought my EMT and CNA program over for the spills in the parking lot. That was treacherous, to say the least. We offer a lot of dual credits as well at the tech school, sometimes not known to many people, but you all will know tonight. If you choose the medical pathway, Levi just talked about the medical pathway. We now house the CNA program at our high school. You can come over for 2 hours a day for 3 trimesters in a row, your junior or senior year, and get your CNA certification. We have also got a dual pathway where you can also get your MedAssist at the same time. So you can actually certify in both CNA and MedAssist, and also in emergency medical technician. Some things that aren't on the slide, we're now going to offer phlebotomy certification, EKG certification, through our program at the Technical Career High School. We're affiliated with about 13 dual college credits, which allows you to get your best foot forward if you're going for LPN or a registered nurse position or a physician assistant. It's a great way if you're headed towards the medical field. You'll need to come over and visit my school, and we have it set up. We have a doctor's office within our EMT program. We have an ambulance set up just like it would be in a fire station. So it's a lot of fun, and I welcome any of you to come over and walk through my programs. Our auto technician program is affiliated with Idaho State University right now. They offer anywhere from 8 to 12 college credits with that program as well. Collision repair is affiliated with Idaho State University right now as well, doing collision repair and offering college credits. Our welding program is affiliated with the College of Southern Idaho. And so we are, once again, offering a lot of college credits. Probably the most impact we have with our welding program is that we're possibly one of the most advanced welding programs in this side of the Mississippi. We offer literally every type of welding, and students that attend my school and go through the senior program can actually get their AWS, the American Welding certification, so they go straight to the job. We just sent 22 seniors to Sputnik and Premier, and they were offered jobs the day of the visit, which is amazing for those companies to want our students. We also have, for anyone that attends our school, we have a technical competency credit. The best way to describe the tech school is you can attend and do a variety of things. You can take construction, you can take pre-engineering, you can take all the fields in our sciences are basically ag programs, animal science, and natural resources, which allows you to study fish and game officer, forest officer, BLM. But what's unique is that as you're taking those classes, our entire school, including the tech programs in the other high schools, are work-based centered. So we're teaching workplace readiness. It's embedded in everything we teach. So you'll just be better adapted and better prepared to enter the workforce. We teach things like ethics, about getting out of bed, getting to your job. We talk about the seriousness of being a good employee to the point where we actually test it. So at the end of the year, every senior has to take a workplace readiness test. If they pass that, then they have to take what's called skill stack. And the best way to explain that is if you're in the Boy Scouts or the Girl Scouts, they have what are called merit badges of merit or merit badges. They've divided up all of the technical careers and made badges, teaching those essential things in each of those programs. If you pass all those skills and you take your workplace readiness and pass it, then you'll be able to receive what's called the technical competency credit, which is good at any Idaho school. So all you do is when you get to that school, you tell them, well, I went to the tech school in the Bonneville district, and I've earned some of those credits. They'll call us, and we'll transfer those credits over, and those are free. You don't have to pay for those tech credits. Everything else is reduced like the other high schools, about $60 to $70 a credit. We also offer what's called the STEM diploma. It's something new that the state has approved, legislators approved, where if you take enough science, math, and technology, you can actually enhance your diploma. Instead of being just a high school graduate, you could also have your STEM diploma, which just gives you a little more resume, a little more power. And I'll be here after the meeting to talk to you about tech if you have questions. You can come part-time. It's usually a 2 hours a day, and you can catch a bus back to your home school. Or if we have room for 110 full-time students, 50 seniors, 50 juniors, and 25 sophomores, which is actually 125. But it ends up being about 110 students. And those are full-time students that actually graduate from my high school and walk the stage just like any other high school. I'll be here if you need me afterwards.
How many middle school students do we have here? If you're middle school, stand up. Okay, this is the part of the program that's for you. Okay, so we're going to talk about what's called Jumpstart High School. Jumpstart High School is a middle school program in which you start working on your high school credits while you're in middle school. You start your high school transcript and your high school GPA with those classes that you take while you're participating in Jumpstart High School. The purpose of this is to help you enroll in college classes at a much younger age than you would typically be able to. So what the colleges tell us is that you have to be 16 years old in order to enroll in a college course, even if it's offered on a high school campus, or have half of your high school graduation requirements. And so our way of helping you to earn that by the end of and be able to take those classes by the beginning of your sophomore year is to help you participate in what's called Jumpstart High School. Basically what you do is you will replace one of your electives during a trimester or take an overload high school course, which is another course outside of your normal 6 periods. Okay? So there's 2 options. You either replace an elective each trimester or take an overload high school course, which is outside of the school day. Okay? There's a variety of options there for you to participate in. And we offer we really want you to focus on your technology required elective, as well as any humanities or elective credits, as well as finishing up your health requirement. Some other options for you we realize that students may not know what they want to do in middle school or even in high school, and so the online high school created a career explorations class, and that career explorations class allows you to investigate 6 different general job areas, architecture and engineering, business and finance, medical, that kind of thing, and decide if those are your interests. It also looks at some personal inventory, job skill inventory situations in which you'll do that. So you can also take core graduation requirements such as English, math, science, social studies. You can also work in those core areas. And we have students that they love English, so in their 7th grade year, they take English 9 right along the same time as they're taking English 7. In their 8th grade year, they take 8th grade English right along the same time they're taking English 10. So we have kids that, for whatever reason, that's what they want to do. So here's just kind of a sample. We offer some middle school courses, but then the high school technology and engineering. The online high school offers those 6 classes that you can take in order to earn your tech and engineering requirement for graduation, as well as some high school electives. We offer reading for enjoyment, creative writing, a whole bunch of other humanities courses that you can take, as well as some social studies classes. So that's kind of the 7th grade. Our goal for Jumpstart High School, even if you participate at a limited basis, is for you to complete your tech and engineering requirement before you leave middle school. Same thing in 8th grade. And again, we have lots of students that start working on English 9 and their core areas, as well as Spanish is a very key thing that you can do while you're in middle school. I know that like Sand Creek and Black Canyon, those 2 middle schools, they offer actually the high school Spanish 1 classes there that you can take and earn the high school credit from the teacher that teaches Spanish at those middle schools. Rocky Mountain offers a similar thing, and you just have to kind of work with the Bonneville High School teacher in order to meet that requirement of Spanish 1A and B being met. But that's kind of Jumpstart High School, and if you have questions afterwards, you can come talk to me or our counselors, Gina Barrett. She can wave her hand right now. There's Gina. She has lots of answers on that, as well as Sarah. So anyways, okay, Mr. Mills.
Hello, I'm Tyler Mills. I'm one of the assistant principals at Hillcrest. I'm in charge of the schedule and scheduling and all this fun stuff. So just talking a little about GEM courses and some of the things that we're able to offer at the 3 comprehensive high schools when it comes to dual credit classes and the opportunities kids have to earn college credit just at their high school, working with their high school teachers. So right here we've got the written communication, oral communication classes. We offer college writing and 1 and 2 through different universities, and we go through that process, as well as dual credit communications. That's offered in person as well as online, and so students are able to take those classes, whether they want to take it through an online and take an overload class, or build that into their schedule while they're at the high school and take an online class while they're at the high school. They're able to do those things. College writing 1 and 2, we offer in person with teachers who are certified through those colleges, and they're able to get those college credits at that time. Miss anything there? Okay. Just want to make sure I don't screw it up. The other GEM courses in mathematical ways of knowing. So obviously DC College Algebra, DC Pre-Calc, AP DC Calculus A and B, B and C, dual credit stats, dual credit math of modern society. So all of these courses, obviously, if you want to get into math and go down that route, all sorts of options to get going on those things. The DC Math of the Modern Society will cover most of your college math 101, 108 classes. And so if anyone's like me and went into history and didn't want to take math in college, I could have taken that in high school and been done with it. So, but if you want to take it, it's a great way to get started and then continue going on through those classes in high school. And then science, AP dual credit bio, dual credit environmental science, natural disasters, dual credit chemistry, AP physics 1 and 2, and then some off-campus or on-campus course offerings. So with all of those, again, there's a lot of options online that we can build into your students' schedules or take them in person with our teachers. When we're building the schedules, we try to, a lot of these classes won't have multiple sections of them because we don't have, in an English 10, I'm going to have 200-300 students taking English 10, and so I have to build that, I have to build a lot of sections. But with these, we're usually only going to have 1 or 2 sections. So building the schedule to allow students to take all of these classes in a day or in a trimester, whether it's at Hillcrest or they're traveling to Thunder Ridge or Bonneville or Thunder Ridge students are coming to Hillcrest to get those classes, we work really well and really hard together to try to make our schedules work, to try to accommodate our students and make sure they have the opportunity to take any of those classes that they want to take. So. Here we go. Keep going. So our languages, these are different at the different high schools. Again, we try to build them so students can travel if they want to or need to. So between your French, your German, your Spanish, intro to art, intro to music, intro to literature, all those type of things, as well as your social studies, macro, world history, U.S. history 10, U.S. History 11, government, psych, and sociology. All those options are there for your students. You want to talk about this too? Okay, I'm going to turn it back to Corey. Oh, yes, we can go back. This one? Yeah, no problem. I'm here to serve. You got it.
Say when. All right. Perfect. Okay. So as I said as I presented some of that data, one of the things we offer is a GEM certificate and an associate degree. The GEM certificate, the key thing about the GEM certificate is that it will waive the general education requirements for state colleges and universities. It can be completed with CSI and CEI, are the 2 schools we partnered with on this. It's really an easy way. It's 36 credits that students have to earn in order to meet those requirements. And I'll show you an example here in just a second. But The associate's degree is 60 credits. It requires a significant amount of work on behalf of a student in order to earn an associate degree, okay? It really is a 5 to 10% of our total senior population that will be able to earn an associate degree. The associate degree is, for kids that I help, they always come to me in their junior year and they say, this is so hard. And I'm reminding all of you now, an associate degree is really hard in your junior year, and even your senior year. There's going to be a time when you have 4 out of 6, 5 out of 6 of your classes are going to be college level courses. And so there's a trimester, maybe even 2 trimesters, depending on what sequence of courses you go through, that it will be very, very difficult. It's not impossible. Obviously, we have 60 kids that are going to earn it this year, but it is a very difficult process. It is a very easy thing for students to earn 30 to 50 college credits just by supplementing college courses for regular high school courses in order to meet graduation requirements. It does not take a lot of effort for that to happen. Whether you do it through the tech school, through one of the comprehensive high schools, the online high school, those things are very possible and very doable for students. So, with that being said, I'm going to skip forward and then I'm going to come back to this. So here's what the academic certificate looks like. And this is just CSI. CEI is exactly the same in that they require, I have to stay here or the audio doesn't go through. I apologize. So you have to have 6 credits in written communication, all those GEM areas that we just went through and the courses we offer. Those are those first 6 areas there. Written communication, oral communication, mathematical ways of knowing, scientific ways of knowing, social and behavioral ways, and humanistic ways. So you have to have those credits, plus an additional 4 that are general education, whether that's at CSI or CEI. That does not change, okay? And the minimum requirement is 36. I will tell you for my own boys, all my boys have earned 20 to 40 college credits because that was very doable with them playing athletics and doing things like that. So it doesn't take a whole lot of effort, additional effort to do those college classes to earn that. In the case of an associate degree, you have to meet those same 6 areas, so we really focus on those same 6 GEM areas. And then for the associate degree, Idaho State requires those additional areas over here as far as major requirements. And if I can scroll here, maybe it'll work. I doubt it works, but I'll escape and scroll. How's that? And then I'll put it back up there for you. But ISU also requires 2 courses, 2 3-credit courses in goal areas number 7 or 8, and then goal area number 9, okay? So they have additional requirements in those areas that you need to meet in order to meet the associate degree requirements. It's very similar at CSI. CSI requires 2 additional courses for you to take, and we are in the process of getting that second one. We have the first one, but Josh has given me the thumbs up that someday we'll get the second one. So, again, it's all about GEM stamped and really focusing early on in your sophomore, junior year, focusing on those 6 GEM areas and really working through that. And so with that being said, I'm now going to turn it over to the most important.
One thing I forgot to talk about with the classes that I talked about, introduced a little bit, is that where they are college classes and they supplement, so instead of taking regular American government as a senior, they take dual credit American government and those type of things. Our teachers are fantastic. They work very hard with the students. In the regular high school level classes, there is a lot of leeway there on when things can be turned in, things like that. One thing to remember with the college level classes, our teachers are held pretty strict to those standards of what the college standards are. And so it is a little bit different in that sense. And a lot of times a student has come to me or our admin team and say, hey, what can can you help me out here? I missed this, I missed that, whatever. And there's not a whole lot we can do because of the college standards that they may have missed. And so as we're going through those classes and supplementing with those dual credit classes from the regular high school classes, just keep that in mind. When you sign up for that dual credit class, you're signing up for that college credit. And so as you're working through things, you have to stay up on top of those things. And our teachers, like I said, our teachers are fantastic, work well with our students and give them every opportunity to succeed. But they also have deadlines and requirements from the college that they have to meet that maybe don't always line up with the high school. And so it's something that we have to work through, and sometimes students struggle with that a little bit. And so it's just as we're going through that, keep that in mind, because we want them to be successful as they take these credits and get these credits to make their college life a little easier. So there you go. Now I'll turn it over to Doug.
It was worth Tyler coming back up here just so we could get a good look at that shirt. That's good stuff. Spring is coming, maybe. All right, so I get to talk about the cash money. One thing I would say, though, a lot of you I know are taking pictures, and that's great. This will be available on the Bonneville Online High School website as well. Don't we leave that up year-round, Corey? Okay, so this PowerPoint will be available for you that you can digest it at your own speed if you want. And then a couple things I'll just mention. This is a ton of information for you, and you probably recognize that the culture and high school has changed a little bit in that now students are kind of starting college in high school, and now middle school kids are kind of starting high school while they're in middle school. And that's just the progression. But you need to realize that this isn't necessarily for everybody. I assume people in here are pretty invested and interested in going a little faster, working through some things and taking advantage of these opportunities. But it's okay to say, nuts with all this, I don't need 60 credits, I don't need 36 credits. I'm going to take and piecemeal some things together as I go along. And that's okay to do. Not everyone needs to work through an associate's degree. And I'll give you a couple examples. Trent DeBell, assistant principal here at Thunder Ridge, his daughter worked through an associate's degree last year. And she's up at college now. She's going to finish her first year, and then she's only going to have 2 years of college. And so it's going to save a bunch of money for her to go through the associate's degree. Now she's 2 years in. She's finishing her third year of college, even though she's a first year at college. And then she'll finish her second year and have her degree. And that's a huge advantage for a lot of kids. My daughter was a little different. She ended up earning 60-something college credits while in high school through tests and through dual credit classes, but she didn't get an associate's degree because it didn't matter for her. She was a major in math, and so she could have gone to college with an associate's degree, and it still would have taken her 4 years because they don't allow her to take 5 math classes a semester at college. It's just too much homework and too much work. And so think about what your son or daughter wants to major in and what program it is, and then kind of align these advanced opportunities to that program so that you're taking full advantage of the classes and opportunities that you have. The key word that I want you to hear tonight with all of this is opportunities. These are advanced opportunities. We're not forcing you to do it, but they're opportunities. So when we start talking about the money, I think it's probably been 7 years or so now that the state has funded advanced opportunities to the tune of $4,125. And if you think about just the number of credits that can be earned, you can earn 60 plus credits if you do it through testing and through dual credit classes. 60 plus college credits with that money. Some students do run out, but even with that, you can earn up to 60 plus college credits. And if you think about how that translates to tuition at a state university like ISU, that one is I know pretty well because my daughter's there. If you think about how that translates at ISU, it's about $4,000 a semester per credit. And so that $4,000 translates really to about $16,000, and that number is only going to go up. If you have middle schoolers, that number could be close to 18 or 20,000 by the time your kids get to college. So the financial benefit of taking advantage of these classes while in high school is huge. And the other thing I'll say is we meet with a lot of seniors that want to be done a semester early or trimester early or 2 trimesters early, and they want to work. And I sit down with them and I say, where can you find a job that's going to pay you $4,000 in the next 2 months? Because they're going to go to college, they want to save money for college. A great way to save money for college is by taking advantage of this AO funding. So that $4,125 is available to students in grades 7 through 12. It works for overload classes, workforce training, dual credits, and exams. We'll break that down a little bit. Overload classes, it pays you $225, and if you think about $75 per credit, that's where that $225 comes from. So courses that are offered above and beyond a typical student schedule, as well as courses that are transcribed at both high school and college. So all those classes that Mr. Mills just talked about, those dual credit classes that we offered, they're at the cost of $75 per credit for our high school students, and advanced opportunities pay for that. Let me go to these ones first. They'll pay for the full cost of an exam, so that $95 advanced placement AP exam, it covers the whole exam, and then it'll cover courses as well, like workforce courses, workforce training classes at different colleges. And so let me go back and just give you a little word of caution here. The first word of caution, I'm not sure if it's up here. The grade is your grade, and you can't choose. If a student struggles in a college level class, they can't choose just to ignore that and not have it transcribed on a college transcript. It goes with them. So even if they earn a credit through CEI and they get a D in that class, but they're going to go to ISU, it is by law they need to include that grade on their transcript. So it's something, just a word of caution there. Students failing a dual credit class will need to pay for the next dual credit class, or in order they need to cover the next one on their own. That goes for tests as well. Students may take dual credit courses online or on campus. There may be some additional fees. In the district, we've really done our best to cover all additional fees, so there is no additional cost for textbooks and those kinds of things. We've tried to do our best to cover those, but with some of the certification classes and those other things, there may be some additional fees that could come into play. And then, of course, if you run out of money, that could come into play as well. And then I think we talked about those. Okay, I think we're good there. All right, and then if you graduate at least a year early, there is up to $1,500 scholarship available for students in that boat as well. So I was lucky I get to talk about all the great money that you have. And then the last thing I'll say is a lot of information tonight. Just process it as best you can. Ask whatever questions you can tonight. And then decide what's best for your son or daughter. Some of you will be gung-ho and let's go, and your son or daughter might be, I don't know about this. This seems like a lot of work, and vice versa. Just talk it over and do what you feel like is best for your family and your situation. But I think at almost all high schools, without even doing anything, without lifting a finger, you're going to earn between 9 and 15 credits of college credits, without even taking any thought to additional classes. Just the normal process that you have, normal classes you take at college, you're going to get some dual credit classes. So it's just kind of the function of the system that we're in now. But just think it through and do what's best for your family. And then as you ask questions, counselors are great, college and career advisors are great, and then Corey's who I always go to ask questions, Mr. Telford. He's the one I go to ask questions, so I'll turn the time back over to him.
Thank you, Mr. McLaren. Welcome. I'm trying to think what else I need to cover with you. So just kind of some resources that are on. So as it shows on your little handout that we had out there at the table coming in, d93online.com is the place where all of the advanced opportunity information is housed. If you go to that website, there is some tables that show college credit equivalencies. So what I've tried to do is I've listed out all the classes we teach in the district and how they transfer to all the state colleges, some colleges in Montana, Oregon, and Utah. Just kind of saying, here's kind of where generally most of our kids go to. So this college credit equivalency is on there. The same thing with AP courses and how AP courses are transcribed based upon the colleges and what they do with those. There's also some sample schedules out there on that, just listing out, hey, here's your general high school course, here's some AP or honors options for you, and then potentially, if you meet half your high school graduation requirements, you could take a dual credit health in the latter part of your 9th grade year. Same thing with 10th grade, 11th, and 12th, and I'm not really I'm gonna breeze through those, but I can put them up there at the end if you'd like. But again, I just kind of want to, this seems to be one of the most common pathways I get asked about is, what is a medical pathway? Do you have a medical pathway? Do you have an option for my student that wants to go into pre-med and wants to become a doctor or a surgeon or a PA or a nurse or a physical therapist? And so really one of the things we did here a few years ago is we used to have honors physical science. We did away with that. We said kids that are on that honors track, we want them to take biology as a freshman, okay? And so really it's taking biology as a freshman, and that's really the honors track for science. Understanding that pre-med is going to be heavy science and some math associated with that, and just making sure that we're able to do that. In 10th grade, taking intro to health professions and dual credit medical terminology and working through those courses. As well as there's some additional options there. If you took biology as a freshman, you could then jump into a dual credit bio class as a sophomore. Dual credit psychology is one of those strongly recommended prerequisites to get into a pre-med program, as well as we offer a dual credit anatomy and physiology foundations class. It is a foundations class. It is not the full-fledged anat and phys that you would take when you have to go into the medical field, but it is a foundations, and it does help start to set that background knowledge for you. And then from there, in your 11th grade year, you can really diversify into any of those medical pathway areas. You can get your CNA license. From there, you can then begin in your senior year working on your nursing prerequisites, which are listed there below. And then you could apply for a nursing program coming out of high school if you get your nursing prerequisites done for whatever college or university you're looking at. You can do the EMT program. You can do the Med Assist, Central Processing, which is a senior level program. It's a program offered that's really one semester at CEI, and so really in that spring semester of your senior year, you could do Central Processing, and they're the ones that kind of do, Mary, if I'm correct, they do the disinfecting, right, at the hospitals and sterilization, okay? They do all the sterilization of the surgery equipment and things like that. It's a great one semester, great paying job to work your way through college and get a certification while you're doing that. Pharmacy tech is something that we've brought on really 2 years ago. We have our first group of students that will actually graduate with their basic technical certificate from Idaho State University as a pharmacy technician. This semester they are out working in our local pharmacies at Albertsons and Walgreens and Brolum's, I think is where the 3 students are working at. They are doing their internship. All 3 have been offered a job by each of the pharmacies as soon as they finish their hours, and have now a way of making $30 an hour while they're going through college. So that was really their purpose, is One of them might go to pharmacy school, and it's a great pathway into pharmacy school. But really, we are allowed to have 12 students in their junior year apply for this program. They have to meet certain requirements in order to get into that. They have to have a 30 on an ALEX test, which is, I don't think it's too difficult if you've had Algebra 2 or getting ready for Algebra 2. And then just meet some other requirements in the application process to be approved at Idaho State University. The second year, in that spring of that first year, you go down to Idaho State University for labs, actually in the pharmacy school. And then your senior year, you go down for labs both in the spring, the fall, and the spring. I know that Mr. Oswald is also looking at bringing on the pharmacy tech program as part in conjunction with his CNA and looking at some opportunities that way. So there are lots of opportunities for medical things and medical opportunities for students. Great ways for students to earn their way through college and to participate in those things. So with that being said, before I go to get to questions and answers, if I can get the early college program representatives to come up front and just kind of introduce each of them. That includes you, Josh. Yep. Are you going to go last? You got to go on stage. This is Tyler Williams. He's from BYU Idaho, concurrent credit program. Great man. Love working with him.
This is great.
He's awesome.
I'll get you a prize. You're
Okay.
doing great. We'll just be out in the hallway, so if you have questions, one of the things that has come up recently that wasn't able to be put in the PowerPoint is we can help students now work towards that associate's degree. So if you are looking for that, or your student is going to end up going to BYU Idaho, come see me. I even have candy, and I think some of these folks have some really good stuff too. So enjoy.
Thanks, Tyler. I have Erin Mortimer from Idaho State University. We get a split Erin's personality. She works for Idaho State University, but she also works for District 93 as a college and career advisor. So she's going to come up here twice. So, okay. Katie. I knew Katie. Okay. I'll let you introduce everybody. Sorry, Mary.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mary Stevenson. I'm the director of the Early College Program for College of Eastern Idaho. And this is Katie Fonsbeck, our academic advisor, and Tanya Tracy, who is our senior coordinator and is a specialist in CTE. So if you're thinking of those pathways, those are really excellent things to pursue as well. And we'll be out there with stuff to give you too. So come and say hi.
They have brains, CEI brains. Awesome. One, Joshua Sakalaris, CSI.
Yep,
What else do you want me to tell them about you?
that's it, man. I'll be in the hallway. That's where you put me this year. Rude.
I know. Okay, college and career advisors, counselors, please come up. You have to speak now. Just tell who you are.
Oh.
What school do you work at?
Hi guys, I'm Erin Mortimer. I work at Lincoln High School and Technical Careers High School as the College and Career Advisor. So you go to that school, those schools, come see me. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks.
I'm Melinda Howard. I'm at Hillcrest, and my coworker who's not able to be here tonight is Andrew Stott, and we manage the students at Hillcrest.
I'm Rachel Shirley with College and Career here at Thunder Ridge. I also work with Chris Sunvold. He is a baseball coach here, so he's down the hall helping parents. And then Christy Parker stepped out for just 2 seconds, but she should be right back. So the three of us help at Thunder Ridge.
Hi, I'm Gina Barrett. I am the school counselor for Bonneville Online High School. I work with him and her.
You know, she didn't say it was a great privilege.
And I'm her. I'm Sarah Colson. I'm the College and Career Advisor for Bonneville Online.
I'm Ty Hells. I am a CCA at Bonneville High School, and I get to work with Lexi.
I'm Lexi Tucker, and I'm also at Bonneville High School.
And I left the room for 5 minutes, and I missed my moment. I'm Christy Parker. I'm college and career at Thunder Ridge with Rachel and Chris.
Okay, questions? Any questions for the whole group, or y'all have individual questions? Yes, question. Talk to Hillcrest. They'll be happy to help. Yeah, you can do both, really. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. We appreciate you coming tonight. Appreciate you being involved with us. Appreciate your support of District 93, where we strive to design success for every student. And so, again, I have my cards out there on the table if you want to get in contact with me, as well as your college and career advisors, admin. We're around to support and answer any questions you have. Thank you again. Appreciate you coming.